guys, how are we all? Hope we're all doing well, picking some locks and you know it. Hashtag that shit, keeping the body legal. So you're probably wondering why I have my key duplicator here in front of you again. The other night I decided to change it around a bit. After talking to Funky Monkey a while ago, and I said I was happy having a automatic duplicator. You know, chatting with him, I sent him an email the other night, and then I decided at 12 o'clock at night to piss fart around and modify it, which will teach me for soldering and being on a video chat to the girlfriend at 1:30 in the morning because you grabbed the soldering iron and burn your thumb. You can kind of see blister's gone now, but I burnt all the way across my thumb and across this finger with the body soldering iron because I had it hanging down here. So to grabbing the plastic handle, I grabbed the metal. Yeah, pays to pay attention because I was facing that way instead of that way. But you know, chat with him and what he said he did to modify his. So I've modified mine, but I've left it slightly different to how he's modified his one. My brother Funky Monkey up north, it's good to hear from him as well. Good to see he's put the video up as well. So what I did, I decided to leave the hand crank on only because I thought if I go somewhere I can't access body power. I've got the little wire brushes to try and brush the key by hand. It's not as good as using the buffer over there, but I wanted the hand crank, so yeah, if there's no power, I can get some poor son of a bitch to stand there and crank the shit out of it so that I can cut the key for him. More than likely, it'll probably be my little brother. That's about all he's good for. He'll probably watch this and call me an arsehole, but I like the shit stir him every now and then. So I left the hand crank on there. Now, before, you know, you put your original key in this side, you put your blank in this side, you bring this all the way over here, you press the button, hold it in for 3 seconds, let go, walk away, and it automatically cut the bloody key. So I couldn't cut to code, I couldn't do anything like that, which was kind of annoying because I wanted to. And I was looking at getting another machine, and I'm still looking at getting another machine as well to add to my collection, but thought, why not turn this into a poor man's duplicator as well? So that's what I modified it for. And it's the same thing that Funky Monkey's done with his one, because he has an identical one to mine. So what I ended up doing was, if I take the case off, because I've taken the screws out. So I left the wheel on here, so that, as I said, if I don't have power, I can get the manual crank. So to leave this wheel on to make sure it was all safe, if you have flick the switch, power will come on, but you don't want to accidentally turn the power on and have the crank sitting in here, and then all of a sudden it'll start spinning, something's going to go wrong, someone's going to get hurt, something bad's going to happen. So I left the switch that sits onto the side, it's mounted on the side just here. I left that on there because that is the cut-off switch. So if I push this forwards, and I have it manually set in so that I can crank this, which you've all seen me cut a key with that. That switch is now depressed so that if I turn the power on, it's not going to turn on. So, you know, it's that whole safety feature. So I've kept that on there. For that reason. Then if I pull that right out, switch gets depressed, and run power again. The other thing was, as you remember, you load your original, your blank, you take this, you bring it across this way, all the way across here, you press and hold the button in, then it would just go full and cut your key. And I wanted to keep that function if I need it, but at the same time, you know, it was downside to it, I couldn't cut to code. So what actually caused that was this right here. There's a little fin that sat on here, had a little screw that goes in there, and when you press and held the button in, that would actually turn and go do 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 and push the rod forwards, which automatically cut your key. But the little screw that's hidden down there on this collar just here went up and touched another switch that was hidden, which I've got here, which I've taken off. So I had another cut-off switch up here, so that once that went all the way around, it pressed that in and cut off the power, so it wouldn't, wouldn't cut anymore. It just automatically cut the key that was there. So that was annoying because I couldn't run a continuous on-off switch with this installed, so I ended up cutting it off, taking the wiring out. Didn't need it. Took that off, but I've kept it just in case I want to turn that into an automatic one again. If I just want to, if I'm automatically cutting a heap of bloody keys for some unknown reason, I'd rather just have it so that I can just put a blank in, blank in, blank in, blank in, and cut the same key continuously. I kept the automatic function going. So, I'm going to keep that little piece of metal. Don't have to, but just in case I need it, I've kept it. The old switch, as I said, I've put the new automatic on and off. No timers, no delays, nothing. Just a straight switch. The other one I've taken off. Didn't need it anymore because you can press that button in and it just continuously run. So I ended up taking that one off. Took the wiring out that went to that, switched up the top there, and I pretty much just turned this into a continuous cutting machine. It will continually run as long as there's power to it, like that. It's not going to cut off, it's not going to push the rod forwards. I can now actually cut to code. So I did all that, and I went to cut a key, and I really struggled to try and get the whole rod to move to try and get it to cut a key. It wasn't bouncing around, it wasn't moving smooth, it was kind of jagged and all that. Turns out I still had the spring tension on, so for the automatic cutter to work, it needed to be able to push the forwards with a little bit of pressure so it could actually copy and guide with a guide knife here, could actually guide along and cut a key properly. It could follow the original cut key. So I needed that pressure on there and that tension to actually trace that key automatically, which was a pain when it comes to manually cutting the key. So there's a little screw under here. I ended up undoing that. The spring went undid a little bit, so now there's no spring tension on that. It is completely free to control. I can control that as much, as little as I'd like. I did keep the spring on there rather than taking it off, only because when it comes to loading that keys up, it's fine loading keys that way, I don't mind, but travelling, you don't really want to bounce around, and if you put it up there, same thing can happen, it can bounce around. So I kept that spring on there so I could put him down, and it's a little bit harder to move around, and that also makes it a bit easier when it comes to loading up the keys. I can sit him up there, he isn't going to move, he's locked in. So I kept the spring on there just for that reason, but I can now actually cut to code as well as automatically duplicate the key. So to cut to code, quite simple, space and depth keys. I've got a set of 6 pinners down there that Paul Springett sent me that he made up. Bloody legend of a guy, another great Australian channel, go and check him out if you haven't already. Same as Funky Monkey, another bloody great channel here in Australia. So he sent me 6-pin LW5 space and depth keys, so I can cut 6-pin keys to code, as long as they're for an LW or a C4 profile, mainly Lockwards. So now I've got to try and track down and find some for the most popular keys that we have in Australia. C4 keyways, the LW4, LW5, the TE2s, Yales, and what was the other one? The Corbins, another one. I can't remember what it is. There's only like 5 most common ones here in Australia. So if I can get some space depth keys, which I'm looking at on eBay, they're about $50 for a set, for each set. Then I'll have all the ones to be able to cut each key to code. So poor means deep code cutter, a little bit of modifications, a little bit of freaking pain, and we're back to up and running a awesome little modified key cutter. So taking the cheap machine, couple little modifications. The switch, I had an old DJ light that was bloody crap, so I ended up cutting the switch out for that, sticking it in there. She works, and that's all I ask for. So I'm a lot bloody happy now. I can cut to code as well as key duplicate, and of course SE lock and key, lock force, got them on here, as well as on the backboard and everywhere else. Absolutely love them. Let's put this case back on there. Make them look all pretty. So there we go. That was my modifications at 1:30, or between 12 and 2:30 in the morning, to turn my key duplicator into a code cutting machine. You can kind of see that spring tension that's on there. There's when it's off. Oh yeah, I like it a lot. So there we go. That's what I've been working on. That's a new bloody setup, and hopefully I'll be able to cut some more keys to bloody code, and hopefully get some more code keys. Only because then I can decode a few locks as well that I've got key blanks too. But anyway, there we go. That's what I've been up to. That was the modifications to turn a new defu key automatic key duplicating machine into a key duplicating machine and a poor man's code cutter. Works well. I've already cut a couple of keys with it like this. I bloody like it. It works well. Why not use it? So anyway, as I said, when I did the casting a key, and I cast, did a copy of a key. You could have grabbed it off someone for a split second to cast, to make an imprint of it. Whatever it may have been. All I could do was automatically copy it, because, that was it. With this, I can show you how you can take a photo, use that photo to decode it, the key, and then actually cut one to code. If I feel like doing that, I might not, because it's kind of scary how well that bloody stuff works. And I don't want to go pointing out to everyone, but there are channels that have done it. I just don't feel that safe doing it. Casting your keys is a bit harder. You actually have to get your hands on it. But anyway, there we go. As always follow the codes. Keep Locksport legal. You know it. Don't do anything bloody stupid. Don't forget, come and join us on Discord, the Extraordinary League of Pickers. The link's in the description down below, so click on that bloody description, go down to that link and come and join us. Don't forget, if you're looking for great equipment at very affordable and competitive prices, don't forget to check out locksmithstoolbox.com. They're an awesome Australian company, and as you know, that's where I get most of my lockpicking equipment from. Don't forget, if you're looking for some Doubt merch, you can get that shit on Teespring. So there's a link to that in the description down below as well. Get it if you want it. If you don't want it, don't worry about it. I don't make any money off it, so it doesn't worry me. If you like what you see, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Really do bloody appreciate it. Stay safe. Try not to burn your bloody hands. And don't forget, find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff, even bloody TikTok now. Until next time, cheers guys, and Have some fun.